Evening. It is so good to be here with you all this evening. My name is Nina Moore, and I am honored to serve you this evening. Shout out to all of our guests that are on the call. If you are a guest, please drop your names in the chat. And for Tedra Gordon, would you please keep note of who won our sample packs? We want to make sure that we get their addresses to make sure that we are able to send out their sample packs. Now, I want to know before we get started, who has the most guests on the call tonight? Who has the most guests on the call? Let me see. Drop how many guests you have on the call tonight. Let me know by the end of Robin Nicole. That's right, that's our guest. So let me know how many guests you have on the call, because for all of you ambassadors, we got something very special for you before we get off of this call. So don't get off at the end. All right. I see you, Krista Morris. Thank you for getting on. All right. So I am Nina Moore, and I am excited to be serving you on this call tonight. Someone invited you because they did not make a decision for you. And we're excited about what we're seeing happening right now with Superpatch. Now, you've probably seen a video. If you've seen a video on social media, let us know in the comments that you've seen a video. Maybe somebody shared something with you. Maybe you've had a stability test. Whatever the case may be, you're here at the right time, hearing the right information with the right people, because we are in front of something so big. I want y'all to type big in the comments. So big that guess what? We just cannot contain it. Now, I want to kind of give you a little bit of a warning as we first shout out to Chris Courtenay, our DJ for the evening. How about he was the host of the most of the, like, the best host, right? He was the host of the, I don't want to say hostess of the mostest, but he was the host of the most, right? And so let's give it up for Chris Courtenay. He is actually a professional DJ, and we wanted to give you an experience this evening. But we want to warn you before we go any further. We want you to know that what you see here tonight, you will not be able to unsee. So just forget about it. What you hear here tonight, you won't be able to unhear. And most of all, what you know, you won't be able to keep it to yourself. We have some amazing testimonies coming on this night. On tonight, we're going to give you a brief presentation and tell you all about Superpatch and tell you why we are so excited about being here. Again, if you are a guest, continue to drop your names in the chat. You never know what's going to happen for our guests, and we definitely want to know by the end of this call which ambassador has the most guests on this call, because you're going to get lunch on us tomorrow. All right, lunch on us tomorrow. So let us know in the comments. So I am Nina Moore. Like I said before, I am hailing from Georgia. I'm originally from Philadelphia. A former hairstylist, 27 years. I slaved behind that chair. And in January of 2015, I was able to retire myself / fire myself from behind that chair for good, right? I was able to call in well. Although I loved what I did and I loved my clients, I realized that I was trading a lot more hours for dollars, right? And in 2008, I was introduced to a concept or an idea that I didn't really take that seriously. See, because in 2008, when I saw this garment, it was a girdle, and I was invited to a meeting that was supposed to be a fashion meeting. I didn't take it as seriously as I should have then, because all I needed was extra income. Is there anybody on here like me that maybe just needs some extra income? You see, I was told that there was this concept that you could share information with other people. And once you shared that information with other people, and make sure you keep yourselves muted out, please. Hey, host, can y'all make sure y'all keep everybody muted out? Let's keep everybody muted out so we can keep a clear and crisp call. I'm going to go ahead and mute all the lines out again. Give me 1 second. No one should have been able to unmute themselves, but okay, there we go. All right, so y'all, I keep everybody muted because I don't want to lose track of what I was saying. All right, so in 2008, when I was invited to that meeting, you guys, I was literally trying to make ends meet, going through a divorce, and I wasn't in a good state of mind, right? Anybody understand what that means when I just wasn't in a good state of mind? I felt like maybe not living would have been better than living, right? That I felt like I was a burden on other people. Is there anybody that's ever felt like they've been a burden on other people. Well, that's how I felt. I felt shamed. I was going through a divorce, and we all know we don't get married to go through a divorce, right? But I was going through a divorce, and as the bishop's daughter, I felt shame. And maybe some of y'all understand what that feels like. I felt shame, disgraceful. I had already had a baby at 15 as the bishop's daughter, so I felt like I was walking around carrying a ton of shame. But what I found with this industry, thank God for the profession of network marketing, that literally is so gracious that you can come from jail or you can come from Yale. It does not matter. What I love about this industry is it's no respecter of persons. What I love about this industry is that you don't even need a degree to earn multiple six figures or even multiple seven figures to make an extra $500 a week. You don't need any degrees to do that. And what we found right now, I told you, because you won't be able to unsee it, you're going to want to go and share it with everybody. Well, Tedra, I was introduced to a concept, Chris Courtenay, that if you shared information with other people, that you could leverage those stories, because facts tell, but stories sell. And I kept getting good, and I kept getting better at storytelling and sharing the story. And then when social media hit big, I decided to do it all. I decided to tell people face to face. I decided to tell people all over social media. I understood the power of the video and how fast a video could spread. And I want to thank you guys for continuing to let everybody in the room, right? And how fast a story could spread. And it could spread like wildfire. Well, I began to earn a lot of income, y'all, multiple seven figures, sharing my story, whether in person or on social media. And if you could press play on a video, share a video with somebody, you don't even need to do the talking. We have a real cute little system that anybody could play. Anybody could run the play. Say, run the play in the comments. Well, not only did I retire myself January of 2015, I was also able to retire my husband from his good corporate job with those good benefits in October of 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, this is real. And although that is not an average story, the average person is not going to retire themselves or retire their spouses. But what I'm here to share with you is that it is possible. It's possible. Write possible in the comments, right? It is possible, because if I could do it, the girl from the hood with no degree, if I could do it, that means that you can do it too. All it takes is one decision and a desire. So let me fast forward. Earlier this year, we were introduced to a concept with patches. And I'm going to tell you all that a lot of us were in disbelief. A lot of us didn't want to do another one of those things, right? And a lot of us could not believe it. We felt like, well, what is this hocus pocus patch, right? That's how we felt. We saw it causing immediate relief, immediate gratification. We saw people's lives changing. We saw their walks changing, their talks changing. They were coming off meds, and we're not here to make any medical claims. We're simply giving you testimonies about what was happening. And although we were 100% opposed to doing those things with them people again and doing another thing, the results kept drawing us in. And because those results kept drawing us in, here we are now, just a few months later, now with a product and a concept that's causing people to get their life back, their dignity, their independence, their independence both physically and financially. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've stumbled upon a thing. And the thing that we've stumbled upon, we want to share it with you. That thing is called Superpatch. All right. That thing is called Superpatch. And we want to give you a brief presentation tonight. We're going to bring Dr. Dunn, who's going to talk about our products. We've got some great testimonies, and then we're going to get out of your way. But we want you to understand that, yes, I've done all of this stuff before. This is not about me. It's not about what I've done before, because guess what? Everybody always knows that we're only as good as our last win. We're only as good as our last win. But what could happen? What could happen if you were here with the right product at the right time, at the right with the right culture? I want you all to say time and chance. Time and chance. See, this business isn't just about the product. It's about timing. Think about when Uber hit the scene. Uber doesn't even own one vehicle. Think about when Apple hit the scene. They didn't create computers, they created a culture around their computers of convenience with the perfect timing. Think about Amazon. Amazon didn't create shopping, they created a revolution in how we shop and how we live. Ladies and gentlemen, Superpatch is creating a revolution with the way we do wellness. Could you get excited, Pastor Sheila Ingram, about no ingredients, no side effects, no contraindications, no medicines? Could you get excited, Rhonda, about something that's not going to cause you any kind of grief if you are on medications? Could you get excited about a product that you could put on an infant and a senior? And every country that we're in has the same product because we don't have to change products based on the country that we are in. I am here to tell you, just like Facebook is big and Bitcoin is big, Superpatch is the next big thing, and the future of wellness is now. Well, what we call Superpatch is a blue ocean opportunity. What is a blue ocean opportunity? Well, it means that we are the first wave of something. And I want y'all to write this down. What it means, Danielle, is we have the biggest impact because now we have a product that's in demand. We are not chasing clients, Andrea. The clients are chasing us. Miss Edna, we are making a big impact. When you see grown men crying because we put a patch on them and they were able to stand, like DJ Scratch in Philadelphia from Power 99 FM, right? So we're the first wave with an untapped market with unlimited potential. Well, what does that mean? What that means is, although there are other patches on the market, Lori Edwards, Dr. Vanessa Davis, I see you. It means that we're the only one that has no ingredients. We're the only one with no side effects. We're the only one with no chemicals. We're the only one with no medicines. So when you have a product that is untapped with unlimited potential, you have maximum opportunity and a ground floor advantage before competition arrives. Could anybody get excited about finally being the first of something? Ladies and gentlemen, y'all saw it with Avon. You saw it with Amway. You saw it with Herbalife. You saw it with Tupperware. And back then, ladies, Cindy Williams, I didn't even understand what network marketing was. I didn't know that those parties that my aunties were having, my uncles were having at the house, I didn't know that that's what that was. I remember when my Uncle Chucky brought people to the house and it was an Amway meeting and they had the big jugs of detergent. I remember the Tupperware. Some of y'all still got Tupperware in your cabinets. I remember the Avon meetings in the magazines that we used to pass around all the time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we introduce to you now a ground floor advantage. This product just launched January of 2023. You are the first to something. So why is Superpatch the future of wellness? Look around you. Look around you. How many of you know, and I want to see by show of hands, how many of you know somebody that's tired all the time? Raise your hands, like just wave them like this. How many of you know somebody who's in pain often? Let me see. Wave your hands if you know one person that's in pain. How many of you know someone who's having trouble walking? Let me see. Trouble sleeping. Our hands could stay up, right? So how many of you know somebody with anxiety? Anybody know somebody with anxiety? How about this? How many of you know somebody that wants to lose 5 pounds or more? Me. How many of you know some women that are going through the change of life? Now, how many of you on this call know somebody with skin? Come on, everybody. Now, everybody, I've come down your block. All right. So what is Superpatch? Like, what does it mean, Nina, when you say it's the future of wellness? Well, look around you, right? People literally are tired of the pills. They're tired of the side effects. They're tired of masking the problems instead of solving them. So Superpatch is wearable neurotech that restores our balance. And we're going to bring Dr. Dunn, who's going to talk a little bit about each patch. And we're going to bring her up after we play a 5-minute video for you. But it's wearable neurotech called VTT technology. And we're not even going to spend a lot of time explaining that because Tedra Gordon, she's a specialist and a health and wellness coach. We got a video that does that. We want to show you how simple it is to be an ambassador or to just simply share this with somebody else, because there's no questions to answer. All you simply have to do is send a video. We're going to show you how it's the future category, not just the next wellness product, but the wellness category of today, not tomorrow, the wellness category. So we have a proven system that seems to be working for us, right? And our system is that we patch to let people try it out. We want to let them feel it, let them experience it. What we do is we do a stability test, right? One experience is worth more than 1,000 words. And then what we do is we record that video for their record and for ours, and we post about it. We share that story. We share it in our testimonies. We share it in our timelines. We share it in our stories, because social proof is louder than marketing. And we all know the power of a video and how fast a video can spread. Well, then we share it. We invite people to Zooms like this, or we have events in our home, or we go to our churches, or we go to office spaces, because we just don't want to keep it to ourselves. And why is that? Because we care. This is the heartbeat. This is the heartbeat of what we do. We're changing lives, not chasing numbers. Help enough people get what they want, and you get everything you want. And so what I want to do right now is I want to share with you a little 5-minute video. We're going to show you that you don't even have to have a degree. You don't have to be a rocket scientist either. That if you could share this video with somebody, that we can show you how to earn income, how to spread the word, how to help other people feel good, all by simply sharing a video. All right, so I'm going to play this 5-minute video. This is not the time for you to check out. This is the time for you to actively listen and take notes on this video.
On average, it covers about 21 square feet, bigger than a typical door frame. It comprises 15% of your body weight and contains 11 miles of blood vessels. I'm talking about the biggest organ in the human body, your skin. And now, the Superpatch Company is unlocking the superpowers of human skin. Your skin protects you from invaders like germs, helps you regulate your body temperature, and allows you to feel tactile sensations like hot, cold, rough, and soft. In fact, the Nobel Prize was awarded to a couple of doctors who unlocked the secrets of our body's sense of touch and temperature. Imagine you have a tiny team of workers inside your body. When your skin experiences something hot or cold, or something touches your skin, these workers send messages to your brain telling you what's happening. They're called ion channels, and these sensors are the key to a new cutting-edge technology utilized by the Superpatch Company. This elegant and effective technology has gone through clinical studies, and the amazing results have been published in peer-reviewed science journals. And their benefits are game-changing. For example, let's talk about pain. The Freedom Superpatch focuses on pain management. Users of the patch reported a 72% reduction in pain within minutes, and the relief lasts for 24 hours. Here's how this amazing technology works. It's well known that our minds regulate our physiology. The autonomic nervous system and other neural networks, much like computer programs in our mind, control every aspect of our physical lives, from our heart and breathing rates to sleep and pain. But these networks can become dysfunctional or damaged due to factors like illness, stress, injury, or the environment. And when your neural networks stop working optimally, it can affect every aspect of your health. So to utilize these neural pathways, those ion channels, the Superpatch company has been developing skin stimulation technology for more than 12 years. It's called Haptic Vibrotactile Trigger Technology, or VTT. Each Superpatch contains very fine ridges that stimulate receptors in your skin. Think of them as braille for the brain. And the unique patterns of these ridges help reboot a specific neural program. When these ridges touch the skin, the stimulation starts instantly correcting those neural programs, essentially rewiring your brain. We're talking about life-changing benefits. For example, more than 50 million Americans have sleep disorders. And according to the National Institute of Health, insufficient sleep is estimated to have a negative annual impact on the US economy of more than $400 billion. Studies have shown that people who wear the REM Superpatch for 2 weeks fall asleep 48% faster and get almost 25% more sleep at night. Every year, more than 36 million falls are reported among older Americans, and studies show that balance is the most reliable biomarker for longevity. In other words, if you have good balance and stability, the more likely you are to live longer. Studies on the Liberty Superpatch reveal that it can improve balance and stability by more than 30%. This is all done without drugs, electronic stimulation, or therapies. Most importantly, the patches are safe and easy to use. 100% drug and chemical free. No ingredients or supplements, and there are no contraindications or side effects. It's great to be active. It's even better to be proactive. The Superpatch, backed by research, proven by science.
All right, awesome. So, you guys, listen, that video excites us every single time we watch it. We learn a little bit more every time we watch the video. And so, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go head up to Michigan and I'm going to bring to you Dr. Tamara Dunn, who's going to tell you everything about the 13 different super patches that we have. Dr. Tamara Dunn, like me, didn't want to hear anything about this. She gave the video to her husband. Her husband said, I'm all in. She's a bona fide licensed doctor, y'all. All right. And I'm not downplaying anybody else. I'm just saying she went to school to study to be a doctor, and her student loan debt, she has the student loan debt to prove it. And so I want you all to light the chat up for Dr. Tamara Dunn. Are you there?
I am here. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. You can go ahead and start talking. And what I'll do is I'll bring the chart up.
Okay, no problem. All right. Thank you, Mrs. Moore, for the opportunity to speak to you guys. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing tonight? I'm so happy that you are on. And we're going to talk about the patches. And again, we do get excited about hearing that video every time. So let me tell you, I do learn something every time. And this is what I heard today. I heard that our neural channels stop working optimally because of our environment, injury, illness. And what does that sound like? Just life, right? We go through life from the time we're born and we just do stuff to our body, whether it be what we're putting inside our body, whether we're in sports, whether just all the things going on. And sometimes it's where we live. Like I'm in Michigan and my bones already not liking the cold weather that we're getting already, right? And we just feel different things. And these patches allow our brains to get back working how they are supposed to. So our brain controls everything in our body. And we are so grateful to offer you guys a solution that if we correct the brain, then we can feel better in our body. And these patches pretty much covers about 85 to 90% of symptoms that are complained to when people go to the doctor. So we are going to talk about these patches. And see, I got all my patches here with me because you don't have to get ready if you stay ready, right? So all right, so first up, we have I'm going to talk Liberty first because that is our foundational patch. Okay, so Liberty, what does it do? It brings our brains back to homeostasis, which pretty much just means it gets it back to the beginning. It gets it back how it's supposed to do. So makes us stronger in our body. It gives us more balance. It gives us more stability. It gives us more agility. It also gives us energy. It gives us a reduced inflammation, right? So Liberty is pretty much the base of everything you got going on. You want to have that. And then we have Victory, which is kind of the same. It helps with balance, it helps with stability and inflammation, but it works on different nervous systems. Okay. So if you're dealing with something more chronic, you probably want to wear both so that it covers both sides of your brain. Okay. And then we have our Freedom. Now, that is the trio right there. Miss Nina calls it the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. All right. So if you are dealing with any type of pain, arthritis, sciatica, neuropathy, anything you got going on, this trio is amazing. The Freedom itself is our pain patch, but if you're on a level 1 through 4, you're probably all right with the Freedom patch. But when you go to those higher levels of pain, we've got some other things going on. We probably got inflammation. We probably have nerves and muscles that are just agitated, right? So we want to make sure that we are covering all those symptoms. So again, with Liberty, Victory, and Freedom, we're just going to head all the way over to the right with Peace. All right. Now, Peace pretty much is another base patch, but with pain, Peace is going to calm your body. It's going to just calm everything down. So that if you are suffering with agitated pain, just chronic pain that you just can't get rid of, you've tried acupuncture, you've tried steroid injections, all kind of pain meds that you got to take every 4 to 6 hours and it's still the pain doesn't go away, you want to try Peace along with that Liberty, Victory, and Freedom. Okay. All right. So then we're going to go to the middle with our Ignite patch. And this makes me so excited because it helps you burn calories sitting still. Now, who could get excited about that? Put a 1 in the chat. All right. Now, even though working out is good, we want to do that. But life gets busy and we're just not always to do that every day. But the Ignite patch helps increase our metabolism. It helps us burn up to or extra 500 calories at a resting state. So my suggestion, you might want to wear the night while you're sleeping. That's the most rested state you're going to be. And you get all them calories burning, okay, while you're sleeping. So when they say you can lose weight overnight, that might be the patch for you. And then we couple that with our Kick It patch at the bottom there. Now Kick It is a different kind of patch. I'm liking Kick It. Like I think people are sleeping on the Kick It, okay? Because Kick It is made to break addictive behavioral patterns. All right. But you have to think deeper with that. All right. Now, when we couple that with the Ignite, that's going to help us with our sugar cravings. Maybe if we drink pop, maybe if we're a snacker, if we're addicted to those things, it's going to break that. But we have to think about throughout life, what are things that we can get addicted to? Maybe smoking, maybe biting our nails, but how about overthinking? How about procrastination? Those things are just things that we've developed over time just because of life experiences. So Kick It can really help in those situations. And then we have at the top our joy patch, which it works well with our peace. If you're dealing with any type of sadness, any mood changings, maybe you're going through a grief time, peace and joy gives you that calming, less anxious, and gives you a better mood. Joy just makes you happy. All right, so peace and joy is excellent combination. We have our Lumi patch, which is for our skin, and it can clear up the skin. It can tighten up the skin. It's going to just give you a radiant glow. It helps all the symptoms of any types of acne, psoriasis, eczema. Maybe you get a burn. Maybe you cut yourself. It's going to help with that healing process. So Lumi is all about the skin. We have Defend Patch, which is one of my favorites. It helps with our immunity. It helps with our allergies, and it helps with blood flow and circulation. All right. So we are not making medical claims, but if we're taking things for pressures, this might help you regulate those numbers because we're getting better blood flow and circulation. Okay. We've got our focus patch that just gives us better productive throughout the day. Also helps with our memory. Peace and focus is an excellent combination. If you're busy and you got things to do, it just keeps you calm, but yet productive at the same time. So you can just be unbothered and get done what you need to get done. Excellent for the kids that are in school that deals with maybe test anxiety. Maybe they're just in school and can't sit long periods of time. It just keeps them focused. My son wear those too every day at school. So those are very good for the kids. And mind you, all these patches are safe for all ages, all right, from babies all the way up to our seasoned saints, okay? So we don't have to worry about any side effects or contraindications. There's no ingredients. Everyone can wear these patches. And then we have our rocket that is good for our sexual enhancement, but for men and women, but also it's really good for those women going through the change. It helps with our hormone balance. If you're dealing with night sweats and hot flashes and all those things, rocket is good for that. Liberty and peace and ignite. That's a great combination for that season of your life. And we've got REM, which is excellent for your sleep. Now, it's not like melatonin. It's not like a drug that's just going to make you drowsy and put you to sleep. But once you go to sleep, now you got to go lay down. All right. Don't you go lay down. And when you get to sleep, you are going to get a great quality of sleep. You're going to sleep better. You're going to dream. You're going to get in that REM sleep. So when you wake up in the morning, you are going to be refreshed and ready for the day. And then we have our boost patch, which is going to give us our clean energy. We don't need those drinks and shots and all those things. We just put our boost patch on and you're going to have the energy you need for the rest of the day. So boost, peace, and focus. Now that is a great combination as well. So as you heard, sometimes you might need 2 or 3 or 4 or 6, in a day, just depending on what you got going on. But that is all okay. They all have different patterns to do what they need to do. They're not going to conflict with each other. So just get patched up and get what you need. Thank you, Mrs. Moore.
Dr. Dunn, I was on a
Yes,
flight
ma'am.
coming back through the night from San
Mhm.
Francisco, and there was a young lady sitting in front of me, and her ticket was upgraded to first class, but her son, who was 6'4", she switched the
Mhm.
seats out with him. So she ended up right in front of me. We were right in back of like where the first class seats were. And she said, well, since
Mhm.
he's tall, I'm gonna let him go up there. And before he walked away, I heard her say to him, just bring me my blanket and my melatonin.
Mm.
So I said,
Ding, ding,
melatonin,
ding.
ding, 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 ding. I said, wow, melatonin. I said, yeah, I used to need melatonin too. And she said, yeah, I can never sleep on these flights. I never go to sleep. She said, even with the melatonin, I can never fall asleep on the flight. I said, well, do you mind if I share some information with you? And I just, because she could clearly see that I had patches on. And
Mm.
she said, sure, what you got? And then I told her about the rim and the peace patch. I said, well, I said, I would love for you to wear them together. And I said, if you still want to do your melatonin, no problem. Because she said she takes the melatonin and still can't go to sleep on the flight.
Mm.
When we landed, I looked up at her and she was just I had been standing up for a while and she woke up a little bit late. And I said, oh, how'd you do? She said, I actually slept. And so she said, and I got your number. And so I just, it goes to show that there's always an opportunity because there's always somebody who needs what we have. Always.
Absolutely.
Thank you so
Always.
much, Dr. Dunn,
All
for
right, my pleasure.
giving us the information that you gave tonight. Thank you so much, y'all. She's at her mom's birthday dinner, so she's she's going back to celebrate with mom. So listen, we've got some amazing testimonies. I'm gonna go ahead up to the DMV area right now, and we have two testimonies. Before anybody leaves, you got to hear this, and don't forget for the ambassadors, I need to know who has the most guests before we get off of here, okay? And so, Stacy, are you here? If you're here, Stacy, I'm trying to see where you're at. I didn't see your name, but Stacy has an amazing testimony about one of her clients who, and we don't claim a bunch of weight loss, but we do have some patches that help with metabolism. So, Stacy, I don't see you. Let me see. Let me just unmute everybody. Stacy, you should be able to unmute yourself now.
Yes, I'm here.
There you go. It says Samsung. That's why. All right.
Oh,
So there we
Lord. I
go.
don't
All right.
know
There
where
you
that comes
go.
from.
Talk
Hi,
to us.
how's
What's
everyone?
going on?
Yes, it was so good to have you in the DMV, Miss Nina. Oh, it was such a delight. We had a great turnout. Yes, I want to share that Ignite patch for metabolism is a great patch. I patched a my 40-year-old cousin who's actually 400 pounds,
Wow.
and she has a disability, but she's been working on her job through the ARC for 19 years as a mail carrier for the courthouses down here in Maryland.
Mhm.
So I ended up patching her on the 4th of October, which was a Saturday. On that next week, on the 12th, her auntie called me and she said, Stacy, guess what? She said Tanya and lost 12 pounds.
Mm,
So wait a minute. I
mm.
said, the what? She said 12 pounds. She
You,
only used one patch though. That's the kicker.
wait,
She only used one patch. I
you
patched her
mean the one patch, not meaning she kept using the Ignite patch. You're saying she used one Ignite
one.
patch?
Yes, ma'am. I patched her on the 4th of October and I didn't leave any extra patches. Her aunt said she was going to order some more. I never left any more extra patches. The patch stayed on her arm. I know she said for about maybe 3 days or so after even while her taking a shower, 3 days. And I guess it was just it had sent that signal and she still was losing weight without that patch. I ended up taking her a whole pack of 28 patches to her on I think it was Monday because it was that Monday after the 12th. It was that 13th. I took her a whole brand new pack and she put a new patch on her and she's been so I got to update the day. She said that she's still holding around 12 and 13, but I think by the end of this week she should be dropping some more pounds. So yeah,
Wow.
that's just one patch by itself. I didn't didn't do a mocktail or anything
Wow.
with other patches. And I
So I
was
did
surprised.
encourage you. I'm encouraging you to give her victory,
Yes.
freedom, for her legs and defend and watch what happens for her. We had an
Okay.
amazing testimony from Sally Isaac and her husband. And I think just from looking at her picture that they're dealing with the same situation.
Situation.
Yeah, same
Okay.
situation. Thank you so much, Stacy, for your
You're very
testimony.
welcome.
All right,
Thank you.
awesome. Thank you. All right, so now, ladies and gentlemen, we got one more because I told you that what you hear here, you won't be able to unhear. We're going to go over to Houston, Texas, and we're going to go talk to Ava and Jalen Cooper. Are you both on the line? You should be able to unmute yourselves. Ava, are you still here?
Yes, we're here.
There you go. All right, I'm going to pin you. Okay, let me bring y'all. Hey, so you are internet famous. We just want both of y'all to know that you're internet famous. And Ava, since what has happened for Jalen, I see that you are all over patching people everywhere. So I just want to give you both a chance to tell your story. I saw that Stanisha patched Jalen just a couple of days ago now. Please share with everybody what is going on, what happened for y'all that day, and what is going on for you all right now. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us. We really appreciate it. So Jalen has had 3 strokes now. He's 32 years old and he has sickle cell. So that is kind of what has been causing all of these medical issues with him. And on Wednesday, I took Jalen to get patched, and Stanisha patched him, and I immediately could tell that he was walking different, he was moving differently, his balance was just 10 times better, and so he had his stroke March of this year, and
Mm,
he's been in inpatient rehab, just trying to get stronger and stronger each day. But right now he's just home. He hasn't even started outpatient rehab just yet because the line and the list is just so long. So
mm.
we got to do something. And so when I saw these patches, I was like, okay, this must be it. And so she patched him, and we immediately saw the difference. He wore those same patches for, I think, 3 days before we got our patches in.
Hmm.
And so I just reapplied his new patches on last night. And oh my goodness, even just laying in the bed, he began just like stretching. And where
Mm.
I know you guys, a lot of y'all probably seen the video, but his arm,
Yeah.
it kind of it
It's like
stays.
locked. Yeah.
And so when he put those patches on, though, it kind of released his arm. And so he's able to stretch a little bit more. But yesterday, I have a video, I haven't posted it yet, but he was able to completely stretch the arm straight up. And that's something has not been able to do at all. And so that's just with the freedom and the liberty. That's what he's been wearing. And so, yes, I've been patching everybody I can. The videos, it hits home when it's someone you know.
Yeah.
And so it's like, wow, like, okay, it can do that for him. I know it can do it for me. I patched my dad, his friends,
Eh,
and they are just shocked. They are complete. And I'm even being shocked every time I patch
yeah.
somebody. Watched tons of videos, but putting it on myself, and
Yeah.
I just got to patch somebody while we on this call too. Yeah. And
Wow.
I told her while I was doing her strength test, I'm like, I don't have any patches on, but I am sore in my
Yes.
arms from pulling
Patching. Yes.
and not being able to go anywhere. So I'm sore myself. I'm like, okay, I need to put some patches on.
Yes. You
You know,
do have to patch. Yeah.
it's crazy. And for anybody who thinks this is fake, it's a fluke. No, it's not. This is real. And it's for me, I'm like, I know that this is going to change our lives. We have 3 small children. Our youngest is 11 months
Wow.
old. I need him. And
Yeah.
so these patches are changing his life. And in turn, I'm going to give back and make sure that other people can have their lives changed too. This is just, I'm blown away. I am
I
blown.
I had to get you on here, and I'm fighting the tears. I have a son that's 32. I have a son that's 37. When I saw Jalen's video, I immediately thought about my own sons that are his age. And I didn't know that you both had small children. But I saw the video. I saw how overwhelmed with emotion Jalen was when he realized how well he was walking. And
Mhm.
all of us that have watched the video have been overwhelmed with emotion because of how well he's walking. But then we saw just a couple of days later when he was lifting using the weight, and
Mhm.
and we could see the difference in just a couple of days. I didn't know he didn't change the patches. So with the same patches on, in just a couple of days, Jalen, we saw that you were getting stronger. We just want to encourage you to wear those patches every single day, because every day that you wear them, you will continue to get stronger. But then, Ava, when you patched your dad, I think there was something about, you said he was a skeptic. When he got up out of the chair, that second time when you said, "Well, get up out the chair," and he stood up out the chair, he couldn't believe it himself. Like
Yeah.
he was freaked out. Like, wait a minute, how did I just get up that fast out of the chair like that? I can see what this is doing for you and your family, your dad, and I saw his friends, and I saw the one that was outside. I can't wait for part two because he was jumping all over the place out there. I need part two because I said, well, what happened? Then he was outside dancing and flipping and kicking and jumping and running, and we're so elated. Did you guys see Stanisha on social media? Is that how you saw it?
My mom saw it actually,
Your
and
mom saw it.
she said Jalen was the first person I thought of. And for a while, I didn't really, give it much thought.
Thought, right.
When I watched the video, I was like, okay. And then she started sending me more videos and more videos and more videos. Like, okay, all right, enough is enough.
Yeah.
How can I get linked up with her? And then she posted saying, y'all keep asking, when am I coming to Houston? I live in Houston. I was like, all right, we got to go. We got to go.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. We're with you on this journey as we're watching it play out for everyone, for you and for everyone. We're partnering with you on this journey. We're going to be praying for you every single day, to the both of you and to your entire family. Your mom was all over my timeline. Like and then she realized Tanisha was in Houston and she said, okay, this is what we're going to do. Okay. So congratulations for just a couple of days of results that you have. We're praying for you. We're excited to see where this leads. We already know where it leads, but we're believing God for your total healing, Thank you so much for being on tonight.
Thank you.
All right, awesome. So y'all, I told y'all we can't make this up. All right. And so we're almost done. I really just kind of want to talk to you all about how you can get started. Okay. So let's go back. We know that we have a proven system, right? We told you guys that we patch, we post, we share, and we care. We told you that there's really no PhD that's required. Systems duplicate. And let's make sure we keep those lines muted out from me, y'all. Systems duplicate. That's simply what happens. Systems duplicate. And because systems duplicate, we can clearly create a system. Systems duplicate, talent doesn't. But systems duplicate. And what you see now, Ava didn't know. She just took the patches, y'all, and she started patching other people, right? We've created a system that's so simple. Anyone can do it. The culture of caring is what sets us apart and ensures our long-term success. I'm going to say that one more time. The culture of caring is what sets us apart and is what's going to ensure our long-term success. Desire is going to beat skill set every single time. And what you got to do now is make the decision. Some of you already got started. Some of you know that there was a way for you to get started, and it was a way for you to get started really, really minimally, right? We're going to talk about that. We want you to know that blue oceans don't stay blue forever. Right now, we're ground floor with wide open waters. We want to make sure within 2 to 3 years, somebody's going to try to copy this technology. You have to know that. So we make history. And how do we make history? We make history by patching. Then we post about it. Then we share about it because we care. And we're asking that you take action with us now. Let me share with you how you take action. There's 2 options for you. You either become a business partner or you become a customer. Tonight, you heard that we have 13 different patches. You can become a customer and get 25% off of your very first order. All right, you all? After your first order, what you can do is you'll refer your customer link out and you're able to earn $30 shopping credits from the customers that you refer so that you are able to get your patches at low cost to no cost. As a customer, there's no earning potential as a customer, only as an ambassador or associate can you earn, but you certainly can get discounted pricing by earning those shopping credits as a customer. And on your very first order, you'll get 25% off. But if you're saying, I know somebody with skin. I know somebody who wants to, get their metabolism sped up. I know somebody not sleeping. I know somebody going through the change of life. I know somebody on lots of meds. I know somebody that's got anxiety. I know somebody that just wants to be well. Because guess what? These patches are not just for people that are not well. These patches are for people who want to stay well. Hello, that we can be proactive and not reactive. I wear the patches every single day. And if you know someone, then you should choose a pack. and get started as a brand ambassador, because the only thing that Superpatch is missing right now is exposure. And we need you to help us, because we simply just can't do it ourselves. We need people in every city, in every state, in all of the 34 countries that we are in, to get started now as an ambassador. And I'm going to tell you how to get started. We have multiple packs for you to get started with, starting at the $19.99, not $19.99. I'm talking about $2,000, like a $19.99 pack. That's a big package. If you've got maybe a storefront or an existing business, and you know, or maybe you're in the medical field and you know that you're going to be patching multiple people, that's a great place for you to get started. You cannot customize that pack. You'll get 62 packs of patches. You can't customize that pack, but you'll get a ton of patches to be patching away. All right. It's a great place to start, and you'll qualify for all of our bonuses. The $12.99 pack is the next pack. I happen to love that pack. You get 40 packs of patches. You can customize the $12.99 pack. It is a $3,000 value. We'll teach you how to retail it. If you get 3 other people to join with you and do a $12.99 pack, you can make $15.85 back just off of those 3 people joining with a $12.99 pack. You need to do that by October 31st. It is a promo for the month of October, but the $12.99 pack is the way to go, because you are able to customize it and get 40 packs of patches any way you like them. Then our next pack is the $9.99 pack. It'll give you 28 packs of patches. It is also a very good pack to get, a multi-variety pack. You cannot customize that, but it will give you all of the patches that we have in different quantities. A great way to start. You will also qualify for all bonuses, just like with the $12.99 and the $19.99 pack and the $6.50 pack. You will also qualify for all bonuses. That is a multi-pack. You cannot customize that pack, but it is a great pack to start with. Then there's a $500 way to get started, and a $261 pack, which will give you just liberty and freedom. All right, just liberty and freedom. But $549 will qualify you for all bonuses, hat trick, all-star, driver bonuses, and all fast start bonuses as well. The $261 pack will not. It's just the way that it is, right? Now, there's a no excuse way to get started. And let me tell you what the no excuse way to get started is. That is a $1 startup. You will not get any patches for $1. So many of you are starting with the $1, and you're actually setting your smart chip up at the time of enrollment, which is what you are supposed to do. However, a lot of people are thinking that those patches are the ones that are going to ship, and they are not, because you did not pay for those patches. When you set up your smart chip at the time of enrollment, that is to secure your account being active the following month. You only need to have 2 packs of patches on your monthly subscription for your account to be active. What you need to do after getting started with $1, because now you have no patches, you need to log into your account. And I want somebody to type this in the chat by going to tools.superpatch.com. You're going to go to tools.superpatch.com. You're going to use the username that you created or your ID number. Your email probably went to your spam folder for you to look up the ID number that you were assigned from Superpatch, which begins with 111. You're going to use the ID number or your username and the password that you created. You're going to log in, you're going to go to where it says orders, and then you're going to place a new order. You have time to upgrade so that you can qualify for all of the bonuses that are available to us for the month of October. The goal is to run. We still have 11 days left in the month. That's a long time that's left to build this business by patching people one patch at a time. So we go from $1 up to $19.99. We want you to get in where you fit in. And we also want you to know that if you already have a flex pay option like Klarna, Sezzle, Zip, or any of those options, right? Affirm, Afterpay, you can use your virtual card to check out. No, we don't have it available in our back office, but if you already have an account and you already have a spending limit, you're able to check out using your virtual card and apply that at the end at checkout. And then you can split your payments up into 4 payments so that you can get yourself a larger pack, or pull out a credit card and make the investment. And what we know today is the biggest movement to come since Herbalife and Amway and Mary Kay and all of those things. And we have no competition. So we want to say congratulations to all of our guests that won. I did receive 1 address. We're waiting. We're going to wait for the other 2 addresses. We will get your sample packs shipped out to you tomorrow. And what I want to do before we go is I want to celebrate all of the brand ambassadors that did an amazing job. Give yourselves a round of applause for inviting tonight. Let us know how many guests you have on the line, because we're going to pick a winner before we go tonight. Let us know in the comments now, how many guests do you have on the line? I see BJ's got 3. We've got April has 2. We want you to keep your lines muted out. Thank you very much. The DJ is going to be coming back with some music to close us out. Let me see. BJ has 3. Is there anybody that has more than 3 guests? Candace, you have 6 guests on the line, not reps. Not reps. They have to be all guests. Let me know if they're all guests. Tell them to put their names. Let me see them put their names in the chat. All right. Tracy, do you have 4 guests, not reps? Let me make sure that they're guests. Not okay. So Candace has guests. 6 guests on the line. Candace is our winner with 6 guests on the line. Tracy, send me Candace's Cash App. Lunch on us for Candace tomorrow for inviting 6 guests to tonight's call. So again, my name is Nina Moore, and I am so excited to have hosted this call for you on behalf of all of the leaders here with Superpatch. I'm speaking for all of us. We certainly are excited to celebrate your success. What you need to do right now is run back to the person that invited you to this call. And you need to make sure that you know that we've got another corporate call tomorrow night and another one on Thursday night. But we host this call as a team every single Monday night. We want you to come back, and we want you to come back with your guests, but we don't want you to delay. We want you to get started right now. So get the link, pick a pack, and if you already joined for $1, it is now time for you to upgrade that account so that you can have patches on the way. We certainly want to see you from at the top, not from the top, you all. We want to see you at the top, not from the top. We want you to remember that God loves you. We love you too. And there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Good night and God bless you all. DJ, take it away.